set. What is going on, guys? Joey Franz here at Flex Training Systems. Today I'm going to tell you a quick story, and then we're going to turn it into some life lessons that not only help you in your path to becoming a better lifter, but in life in general. That being said, recently we had to let somebody go from Flex. We had to just cut them off. Okay. They used something that I had created that I give to people that only people on the team get. It was a bunch of stuff, right? And like literally, I just felt like I was being violated, right? Because I wrote it from the heart, and one of the things that were stolen, I actually paid an attorney to create. So I reached out to her because I didn't know what to do in this situation. We actually sent out, it's called the cease and desist to stop, but I spoke to the guy, and depending on how they felt, if he was sorry, then I would just say, hey, don't do it again, but we can't work with you, and you're done, right? And it wasn't just one person, it was this person and another person. It was like they were like partners. But anyway, so it was a really uncomfortable situation, and it really bothered me because this isn't like, something that you can find anywhere. It's something that I wrote from my heart that I give to people when they join the team. And just to see another person just like replace the name and replace the put their logo on it and stuff, it really bothered me. So I reached out to the person, told them you can't work with us anymore. They weren't working with me directly. And, as a coach, you're always going to have people that are beneath you that try to coach on their own. And that's fine, right? I don't, I know that I have enough value to where I don't need to worry about anybody else. And, I'm not thirsty for clients or anything like that, right? So I don't really care. If you do great things, I'm going to shake your hand and say good job. If you try to do things the wrong way, then you will get no handshake from me. Okay, what's the positive from this, right? How can I help people with this? I started to think, if this person would have came to me early on and said, hey, I'm thinking about making something similar to what you have, or I need help with something, or can you guide me? Can you help me? Can you point me in the right direction? I would have gladly provided resources to them to help them, and I wouldn't have to burn a bridge or cut anyone, and I could have helped them with their own coaching business, whatever. Instead of reaching out and asking, they just kind of stole, and that's not cool. Really quickly, I've had coaches come to me before and say, what do you do when you feel like another coach is trying to steal your lifter? My whole take on that is like, it's kind of like in a relationship. If your significant other wants to leave you because someone else is trying to take them from you, then let them go. Like, you're not going to convince someone to stay with you that is already looking in other places. So if somebody wants to leave, go ahead and leave. I would like to think that I don't really have that problem. It's very rare that something like that happens, and if it does, I mean, like I said, I have a list. I don't really care that much, and I am not for everyone. I would say I'm for 99% of people, and that there's going to be 1%. If there's like 350, 300 lifters on Flex, there's going to be 3 or 4 of them that just don't get along with me, and maybe they're going to want to go somewhere else, or they don't like us, or whatever, right? It is what it is. And I've always just been of the mindset that, like, if what I'm doing isn't providing enough value and that person does not respect me enough to have a conversation to try to make it better, then I actually want them to go, right? If that makes sense. So you should just, do your thing, and you're going to attract people to you. And if what you're doing is legit, you're going to continue to grow, and it's going to get better and better, da-da-da-da. If you suck, it might not even be that you suck. It's just the market's too saturated. You're not compelling enough to make people want to reach out. There's a lot of different ways people can get lifters. I talked about this on podcast. Me, I just say, hey, look, we won this big ass meet. The meet that everybody's trying to win. I got a bunch of people that did well at it. Just do it with results. All the other people that like to talk smart, you know, and they can draw people in that way. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. But again, I think being authentic is the best way. If you don't understand something and you're a coach that is coming up, just reach out to someone. I mean, you'd be surprised. I actually had a conversation a couple years ago with an OG in fitness. He doesn't do powerlifting really, but and he said some things that were like kind of you could say inspiring, but like I was like, dang, he's operating on this scale. Like I need to step my shit up, right? And he really kind of pushed me. He planted the seed that led to me eventually hiring people because I tried to do everything on my own. Thank you for the follow, Steve Mando. But yeah. So, you know, if I didn't ask him or his opinion or anything like that, I kind of wouldn't have known. You know, just I respect my elders. I you know, if someone's more successful or, you know, they already know how to buy a house or do taxes, I will ask them because they've already done it, right? So I wish that this person would have just reached out to me, going back to the first topic, and asked for help. I could have helped them and everything would be going great. The coach that worked with them was pretty bummed because he was doing really well, and it just sucks, right? So how can we... I already talked about coaches a little bit. How does this help lifters, right? It may not even be new lifters. I think it has a lot to do with your personality. Sorry. All right, we're going to edit this. So for new lifters... your coach can't read your mind, and I'm sure a lot of coaches will understand this. But yeah, I mean, you have to... You don't lose anything by reaching out and saying, hey, I don't understand this, or can you please help me with this, or hey, I know you've explained it 5 times. I still don't understand. Can you try a different way, right? And just really be honest with yourself. You know, if you can already humble yourself enough to come to a coach and say, hey, I think you can help make me a better lifter, or at least make my life a little bit easier when it comes to powerlifting, no worries, right? There's no shame in asking for help. If you don't understand something, you know, just reach out and ask. It doesn't mean you're, you know, a bad person or there's ego or what. Can't read your mind. So I mean, this goes for life too, right? Like, let's say I brought up the relationship example earlier. You're in a relationship and, you know, there's a problem that comes up, but you don't say it. That person will keep doing that thing that bothers you until it becomes such a big thing that now you just can't stand it, right? You didn't set the boundary, or you didn't say, like, for example, I mean, how do you tired of coaching? Say, I can't do this movement. It causes me pain. Or my body, like some people's leverages are just not going to be able to do certain things as easily as others. For example, I have a long ass torso. When I do belt squats, it really bothers my lower back. I know, right? It doesn't make any sense. I'm telling you, it just bothers my lower back. I might as well be squatting, right? So I don't do them. It just bothers me. But I can do leg press just fine. I can do single leg press. Everybody's different. So you got to kind of voice that. You got to let them know, hey, or maybe you have a schedule that you don't like, and maybe you're doing something in your training that makes your mindset towards training suck, and you need help through it. You gotta reach out. You gotta ask for help. One of my guys that actually works with my brother Chris, he said something to Chris that was I was like, dang, I wish everybody did that. He was like, hey, I have a lot of stuff going on right now in my life, and I don't know if I'm making the progress that I should be, or maybe I'm expecting more of myself. Can we kind of look at everything and break it down? Because if I could be doing more or on my end to make sure that I'm getting the most out of my training that I am, maybe my expectations are, you know, too high. Maybe I'm looking at others and expecting myself to be like them when I should be like myself, whatever, right? So coaches will appreciate that a lot when you can say, hey, I need help with this, right? There's no shame there at all. At the end of the day, it's to help. We're all here to help each other, right? Everyone's trying to move forward. And, you know, I will respect someone, lifter, coach, whatever, if they reach out to me and ask me for help a lot more than if they try to, like, cut corners or do whatever, right? You always want to be honest, and you always just want to just speak your mind. Like if it's bothering you, just speak your mind. Just say, hey, like, I'm really worried about this. Can you make me feel better about it? I don't know, right? Of course, it's gonna help you in life, and a little bit of discomfort may lead to some W's, of course. So you're gonna have that conversation. Maybe you have to check your ego a little bit, and it might be a little uncomfortable. Hell, maybe you overshoot on a single, you don't make it up for the day, and now you got to tell your coach about it. It might be uncomfortable, but if you have that conversation, he's going to be able to make the adjustments, and it's going to lead to you being more comfortable coming to him in the future with things that you do that are maybe incorrect or wrong. Um, and yeah, man, that's pretty much that. At the end of the day, like a lot of you young guys that are seeing this, you might not learn this till many years later in life, right? So I'm hopefully trying to at least get it in your head now, and then maybe it clicks sooner. And this can help you, like I said, not only with your coaches, but in life. Just maybe you have a teacher with whoever, right? Um, I think if everybody can just kind of like have those conversations and help each other out, then everybody's gonna win in the end. So pretty sporadic video. We'll get that interruption in the middle, but yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Um, Hashtag communication in the comments below. Happy holidays. I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Stay safe. Hopefully we can get back to normal soon. And yep. Later, guys.